Hey, I'm Mary,
My name is Grace.
and we're here for WRSU, and we are here with middle kids. So we just watched your set, and I know you play your guitar upside down very often, strings and all. I'm just curious, like, the history of that. What started that all?
I mean, it was one big mistake, really. My dad just had a normal right-handed guitar sitting around the house, and I picked it up. And I'm very left-handed, like I'm so useless with my right hand, and I just picked it up upside down, but I didn't realize. And so I just kind of figured out some chords that sounded right to me, and then just kind of kept building upon that. And then by the time I realized it was the wrong way, it was too late. Like, I've tried to kind of go back because there is a bit of a ceiling on it, but like I just can't go back. There's nothing for me there. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and we see that like you came out with an album and now you're starting to tour. How does it feel to be back playing at festivals and be like playing in the US?
We can grab it. Go ahead. Oh yeah, it's super good. We love playing here, and it's been a really nice. I mean, it's such like a high point of our year whenever we'd get to come and tour the US, and so it was a bummer not to be able to come for like 18 months, and especially once we put the record out. Felt very strange. So yeah, just to be able to come back and see, the shows are really where we get to connect with the fans in that way, and to see how the music has impacted them, and to see them kind of like digging it and get that feedback was super good. Because at the end of the day, we're just so volatile that without that validation, like how can we carry on? So yeah.
So I saw you guys here in 2018, and it was an amazing set, and I was just curious how you feel your sets have kind of evolved or changed from then, and how so?
Well, it's cool because like now we have way more songs to choose from, having a whole new record. Whereas like before, when we started playing festivals in America, we had to like really try and like fill the set out. So we're like, I guess we'll do another guitar solo. But yeah, so it's like it's fun to kind of be able to like curate the sets a little bit more, and just like it's cool. Like we friggin' loved that set at Firefly, so we were like so stoked to come back.
Yeah. We had a show in New York the other night, and our agent was there, and he was like, I was watching you guys, and I was like, wow, these guys are pretty good now. So I was like, well, so we must have gotten better, so that's good.
Honestly, the set today, amazing.
And the world can never have too many guitar solos, so just keep them coming, yeah. Yeah, so you just came out with your album, Today We're the Greatest, and we're wondering what the inspiration behind that was, and like how your music has changed over time for like since 5 years as like a band.
Well, it's cool. I think we made this album a little differently to our first one. Our first album, a lot of it was written while we were on tour, so it's like kind of very influenced by the American rock show, It's like a lot of rocky, kind of big explosive moments, and I think this record it just has a lot more dynamic range, like a lot more kind of vulnerable, quiet, melodic moments, and I think we were excited to kind of explore that side of us. So while still kind of having a lot of that energy from our first record, like I think we just were a bit more explorative with like different moments and sounds, and so it was still pretty much, classic guitar sing songs, just doing what we do.
Yeah, it just keeps on going. It's awesome. Yeah, your songs like on the piano, it definitely brought like an intimate moment with like the crowd, and I was like jamming in the corner the whole time. So it was awesome.
So I was also curious about, with Firefly this weekend, are any of the bands here, have any of them been like a major kind of influence on you, or?
I guess in terms of like being an Australian band who have done a lot overseas, Tame Impala are a huge influence for any Australian band. I think in that like Kevin Parker is so ambitious, and he's so committed to like excellence and going to interesting sonic places, and I think like we don't sound like them at all, but like I think they're a band playing at Firefly that would be a big inspiration to us. So yeah, we're super thankful for his stuff, Kevin's stuff.
I definitely get that.
were you able to make it to his set last night? I know he played. Yeah, we saw him yesterday.
No, we weren't. How was it?
I can describe it as an experience. So I don't know like any other way. It was mind blown the entire time. So yeah. And then just to ask quick about the band name. So we're wondering the inspiration behind it. As a middle kid myself, like I'd love to know.
We had this process where like I was just sending like 20 band names a day to everyone, and they would say which ones they liked or not. So that was just like suggestion number 70 or something. First I sent middle school, and then everyone was like no, and so I said middle kids. So but we're middle kids. Harry's the youngest kid, so but there is something about middle kids. It's an angsty character, so you must be like us, quite angsty and quite sensitive.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I don't know how I ended up in a band with a bunch of middle kids. It's intolerable.
Yeah, middle kids rule. Both the band and yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for sitting down with us and like chatting, and you guys played amazing today. But yeah, that's our end of the interview. This has been Grace.
And this is Mary.
Thank you for tuning in for WRSU Rutgers, New Brunswick.